Previously in 2006 there was no we have limited colors in ACP and everything. But recently, like past 2 years, 3 years, whatever we get in laminates, also we get in ACP. So what happens is, like exteriors, we are able to do it in ACP now, with the different laminate finishes. And now what happens in residential factors also, like residential part of it, we are using ACP now, instead of going with laminates, because it's more of easily maintained and it can be used in any forms, like CNC can be done in the ACP also. Maybe like for residential purpose, like in ACP you have a thing called the golden finish and the rustic ionic finish. That kind of finishes still in the laminates. It's not. It has not come out to an extensive part of it. Now they in paints they are bringing it slowly. But as you know, the paints will always has a problem of tearing it, or it needs to be maintained well. Whereas in ACP it can be done. So people who are really interested to use such kind of finishes, it can be done. One more thing is in residential factors, like within a day or two, we can finish off the interior with the ACP. Like within a day, once I order, it will automatically finish off. Like you do aluminum channel work and you directly screw it and finish it off. Whereas in plywood, we need to laminate it, we need to do all the other basic works with the carpenter, which takes some time. Now we are doing an ECR. In ECR we are doing a individual villa and a bungalow kind of thing, where in that lot of open spaces has been we are planning it up. So a lot of courtyard spaces where we are trying to use little ACP panel works also in it, like a false ceiling. We are going to try it out in that, and. Lot of cladding works and Italian marbles we have been doing it. A lot of huge space.
Right.
Lot of form derivations has been doing, because most of the projects I'll be working on with the forms. So playing with forms is more. I prefer liking playing with forms, and then basic planning will always be there.
Right.
It's almost similar to the gypsum board. It is. Directly do the aluminum channel, directly screw it up. There will be no painting in it. One thing, if I do a gypsum board, I need to paint it. So the painting labors and everything will be there.
Right.
You do everything and give it to us directly. We directly screw it up. So it's more simple. It is. Before creating a form in our mind, we always work with the function first. We need to satisfy the client's requirement first thing. So we do the basic planning with the basic consideration of all the functions and everything. So once it is done, and once we are satisfied ourselves and then the client, and then we work about the form and other elevation part of it. So function is the main thing. So that's how we generally work in it. Like each and every spaces, like if you do a courtyard, what happens? So where the courtyard has to be placed. So from the living room or from the bedroom or from the kitchen, it all depends upon the courtyard can be placed anywhere.
Right.
Like previously the courtyard was placed in between so that all the rooms were surrounded. So now what we have planned is we can do a courtyard. If the client really want to have a semi-open spaces kind of thing for a kitchen and a dining, we place it in between kitchen and dining. So that the maximum space where the client want to use it. So that's where the function always lies.
Right.
Using the courtyard is our idea, but where to place it, we discuss with the client.
Right.
So that's where the function and the client satisfaction where lies.
Right.
So that's how we are doing it. We start from the entrance of the gate till the toilet fittings. Till the toilet fittings, we do it everything. Exactly where the switch has to be there, where the electrical plug has to be there. We do conceal layouts, floorings, lighting, plumbing, all the from the entrance to the end. We design and we give a specific dimension to each and everything. Even a switch has to be placed from the door 1 feet. We need to place the switches. What module of switches? 16 module, 8 module, 10 module. That we need to give it. Like in the ceiling, like conduit drawings and everything has to be done. When you create a form, the form will always have an interconnection with the structural people. If someone does a structural, I create a form and do a architectural, it will not coincide with it. So once I take it with the structural, so I know where to create a beam to create this form easier for me. So that's why we take it the overall from the electrical, plumbing, structural, architectural details, architectural part of it, masonry works, tiling works also we take it up and we do it. Because each and every tiling work also we create a drawing, where to start, where to end, where to the residue can be kept out. Everything will be planned and given to them. So that everything will be planned. Suppose if I don't do a tile pattern, I do all interiors and finish it off. The tile layer lays the tile in different manner. Then overall the design what we do it will not get the 100% output in it.
Right.
So even the painting works, even the putty work, where to do the putty, where to do the wall tiling, everything will be mentioned. Because we generally what we do is we create a booklet kind of thing before we start the project itself.
Right.
That booklet will contain 100 to 150 drawings where it will have all the details. So only the architectural details, like any creative works we do, that we keep on working on it. Because it has time for another 6 months of time to do it. First challenge is the client.
Okay.
That's the biggest challenge. Second challenge is the approval guy. The CMD approval or municipal approval. The approval people will be the biggest challenge for that. The third thing is the fabrication people. It may be a mason, it can be a mason, electrical, plumber, anyone. That team will be the challenge. Final is the challenge for ourselves. Whether we really satisfied ourselves is the biggest challenge for us now. So it's the biggest thing. Like start from the project till ending, it will be always a challenge, and each and every time we get only when we get a phone, it will be a problem. We will not get a phone without a problem. So whenever we get a problem, whenever we get a call, it is a problem. That's what we always keep it in ourselves. Nowadays, if you have a 2000 square feet of land, you construct 5000 square feet of building area. That's how it is. Because the land value is so high, then they really wanted to use the 200% of land value. So that's where the challenge comes with the client, with the approval person, with the other fabrication people. So what happens is, what we do is, our designing aspects always combine with the green building concepts. Like when you do a green building concept, it automatically 10 to 20% or 30% of rate increases. So we try to put small details in it. Maybe I'll create a bigger ventilation. So to create the light inside or ventilation part of it. Where once the ventilation part is increased, the quantity of the wood also increases.
Right.
So automatically the 5 to 2% will increase. Similarly, like roofing tiles, I try to go with normal roofing tiles. I go with some other roofing tiles where the heat reduction will be reduced. The small plumbing details, like taps point of it. So it's all very small details we try to work it out.
Right.
Instead of having a big revolutionary kind of thing, if I go and give a proposal to a client who have a budget of 50 lakhs to 60 lakhs to build a residence, we give a big different green building concept with everything. I prefer solar also. What I do is, you put one panel now, use it.
Right.
Once they taste the resources what we do it, automatically they go for the next maybe another 2 years. They slowly develop. Okay, by using this solar panel, I reduce the electricity a little bit. It doesn't need to be a bigger change for us. Like a texture finishes, like a 3-dimensional kind of thing can be done.
Okay.
Like what we get in 3D boards, which is in different material, which is not viable in the exterior part. So that kind of finishes we can try it in ACP.